Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have a John Doe, they're not sure of the race, found January 27th, 1991 in Columbia County, Georgia, age 20 to 50 years old. It says estimated PMI is just months. Cannot estimate height or weight. A skull was found by a hunter who carried it home but was unable to take investigators to where it had been found. A skull of somebody dead for just months? What? And sometimes months might mean a year or two. I don't know, but wow. There's something to think about. Torso not recovered, one or more limbs not recovered, one or both hands not recovered, not recognizable, partial skeleton parts only. Wow. So anyway, we're going to look at some missing persons, and I'm not just going to look at males. I'm going to look at males and females because I don't know how they could tell if the skull, what kind of tests they did, and how much of the percentage it was, and how little, if it was how much a greater percentage of it was the possibility of it being male or female. And because sometimes they change it later and they'll think it's one race and they'll say it's another race or something like that. So I'm going to leave the females in here. I just decided to. So there's going to be a lot of missing persons. And I tried to do in Columbia County, Georgia, and near that, Columbia County, Georgia is right on the border of South Carolina. If you know anybody that went missing in that area, here, I'll show you real quick on a map. So I tried to do some of the surrounding counties too. It's right there by Augusta, Georgia. So you can see it. It's right there. There's Mistletoe State Park. So I did some of the surrounding counties on both sides. So you can see here's Georgia and there's South Carolina. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the little line. So there's Georgia, there's South Carolina. It's right on the edge. There's Edgefield, huh? So, and there's water right there, Hickory Knob State Park and Resort. So if you know anybody that went missing from that area around that time, you should contact authorities and let them know. And we're going to go look at the missing persons. I don't have them by date. I don't have them by area. I didn't order them by miles away or anything like I might. Sometimes I might order them so that they're closer to year. Sometimes I might try to order them by the distance of who's the closest one that went missing, but I didn't. So the first one we have is a female. She went missing from North Augusta, South Carolina. Oh, that's not going to be. I don't know how that ended up in there. Sorry, 2014. The first one I have is Jeannette Latonia Millbrook. She went missing March 18th, 1990. Wow, that would be months. From Augusta, Georgia. She was 15 years old. The twins that went missing, 5'5" to 5'7". And they had been followed. They had been being followed by someone in a van. They had tried to get somebody to walk home with them, but they couldn't. And her twin sister, and they were last seen. They went into a pump and shop gas station on the corner of 12th Street and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. And they got some chips and something to drink, and they were never heard from again. And somebody had been following them in a van. And you can pause this and look at it if you'd like. And then there was her sister that also went missing with her. So that's right there, close to that area. And I don't think her middle name is Latressa. I think it was Latrice. And I thought it was spelled Latrice, but there's Jeannette Latressa or Latrice Millbrook, missing also from Augusta, Georgia, March 18th, 1980. And that is months, right? So 15 years old. And she was 5'3" to 5'5". So I didn't want to leave these people out. And then I have some other people in here as well. And then we have Marilyn Lee Colli from Lincolntown, Georgia. Lincolnton, sorry, Georgia. She went missing January 18th, 1988. Here, I don't want to show you how far away all of them are, but I'll go ahead and put her in there. So she's just like 40 minutes away. in a county nearby. 5'6", and see, that's like 2.5 years, 3 years. That's 3 years before, because it's January of 1988. So that's 3 years before. So that's, I don't think that could be counted as months. But I'm leaving her in there anyway, because how can a skull just, if somebody that's just died for months? Wow, that's horrific. When they have the hair color and stuff, I don't know, but wow. Oh, and what was her circumstances? Did it even say? Strawberry blonde hair, green eyes. Last seen January 18th, 1988. No other information, no circumstances. Okay. Becky and Edmondson from Augusta, Georgia. That's right there, but she went missing in 1987. You can pause this and read it if you like to. Last seen around St. Patrick's Day, she left her job at a fast food restaurant on Wrightsboro Road. Her car was found a few days later at the Wrightsboro Road exit of Bobby Jones Expressway. One tire was flat. The door had been pried open and the steering column was smashed. Strawberry blonde hair, blue eyes. Oh, that's just terrifying. Just terrifying. Okay, and then we have Mary Kay Radford, went missing all the way in 1974. That was a long time before that. Live-in boyfriend dropped victim off at their shared residence. When he returned to the residence, she was missing and has not been seen since. Huh. Yeah, that sounds strange. This was an 8-year-old that went missing in Aiken, South Carolina. And being it's on the right on the edge of South Carolina. And you would think they would know if it was the skull of an 8-year-old, but that's only 47 minutes away. Wow. An 8-year-old girl. Last seen at a convenience store near her home. She was wearing a white top, red flower print shorts, and tennis shoe. Her hair was in braids. Her name may appear in NCIC as Tiwana, but this is Tiwana Denise Cheatham. Wow. Dark patch on either left arm or left leg. White tennis shoes. That's horrific. Then we have Donna Sharon Wright, missing from Beach Island, South Carolina. In 1989, she was just 17 years old, 5'6", 120 pounds. And Sharon Willis, missing from Graniteville, South Carolina in 1987, just 24 years old. Doesn't give any information, just said she was last seen on Church Street. I wonder if she was going to church. Pierced ears. Let's see. I wonder if that was a Sunday. Jeremy James Grice, 4 years old, missing November 22nd, 1985. Last seen by a neighbor at about 8:45 a.m. He was standing near a mailbox wearing no shoes. Strawberry blonde hair, hazel eyes. A 4-year-old child just disappeared in 1985. Wow. That's incredible. I guess he went to get the mail. And then we have this one. And he went missing October 1st, 1989. So that wasn't that long before that. And he was last seen in Austell, Georgia, which is a bit of a ways away. I'll show you. But sometimes I just look at the freeway and the drive and the direction. 2 hours and a half, but it's just, it's a straightaway. So I wanted to leave him in here. Alan Lee Morse went missing. He was 6'2". So, and he was a air traffic controller for the U.S. Navy, and he disappeared. And then we have Jimmy Maughon went missing from Winder, Georgia. He had like $2,000 on him, and he gambled, and he was at a pool tournament, and I think he'd won the money from poker, and then he just vanished. And I'll show you how far away that is too. Why not? So that's like 2 hours away. That's 1985. Jimmy Dale Whitfield went missing in 1987 from Seneca, South Carolina. 5'6", 5'7". After leaving his home on Route 3, he was reported missing by his wife. According to an incident report, and according to deputies, an incident occurred at the home. Afterwards, he packed 2 pairs of blue jeans and a shirt and left the residence on foot. He may also have taken $2,000 in cash with him, according to the incident report. He called home to check on his wife and children 2 days later. He's not been seen since. Foul play is suspected. It's possible that the good relationship Whitfield had with his mom could have contributed to why foul play is involved. Ooh, that's just terrifying, right? And then we have Brian Neil Hooks, went missing September 24th, 1988 from Florence, South Carolina. 21 years old, 5'7". He told family members that he and his live-in partner were planning to go to the beach for the weekend, and he would call when he returned home. It is not confirmed that he left the area. His cousin saw him at a club that night. Hooks asked his cousin if he could go home with him. His cousin, who just moved, said he wasn't unpacked and there wasn't anywhere for him to sleep. Later that night, the roommate of the cousin told him that Hooks was scared and thought that his boyfriend was going to hurt him. And there's more if you want to read it. And that was in 1988. And then 1989 in Antioch, South Carolina, Jerry Von Jones, 26 years old, went missing. Last seen September 1st, 1989, possibly headed for California. There's really no information on him. You think they would know by now if he'd gone somewhere like that? Then we have Timothy Guy, went missing from Forsyth County, Georgia. He was supposed to be working on a farm, I believe, and somebody said that Sleepy Fox Farm, somebody said he had gone home with somebody, and I don't know if it was a stranger or a real name or a made-up name, to go home with his parents, and his parents never saw him, or if it was a real person. But he disappeared in 1987. So those are the missing people we have, and there's a skull. So if you have any information about who the skull might be or what might have happened to any of those missing people, any information, you just never know what might be relevant. Let the authorities decide what's relevant and what's not. You know, it's been a lot of years, and they may not have much information on the cases. And if you have any information at all, it might be helpful. Don't forget to pray for their families, their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.